Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and I'm the marketing manager here at Swit, the all-in-one suite for team collaboration and communication. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to use the project box in your workspace. The project box is a helpful tool to organize all the tasks you have. A major reason why people decide to only use a chatting service is that they don't think they need a task management tool. They might not also want to use two tools, either because they don't want to pay for both tools or they believe that they will have a hard time with the learning curve. Integration between the tools also comes into play in this situation, which can be an issue for most people. We were able to solve all these problems by creating Swit. Only using a chatting tool makes it difficult to keep track of important conversations, as they will eventually get lost in the sea of messages. With Swit, you can turn your conversations into trackable tasks and get more work done. First, I will take you through today's agenda and everything we will cover today. We will be discussing the project box, how to create a project, and within that project, how to create task cards. From there, we will go into detail about all the different project views you can access. After, we will show you the importance of applying filters to your project views, and lastly, we will give you a rundown of all the content within a task card. So, let's begin. The project box consists of many projects, and a project consists of many task cards. The project box is on the left side of the workspace under Channel Box. Each project has 5 different views to choose from, which we will talk about later. Projects are our major functions for task management. In this box, you can create as many projects as your team wants, just like you do for your channels. Our team designed this left navigation of the project box to look and feel similar to the channel box, which you saw in one of our earlier videos. To join a project in the workspace, start by clicking Browse Projects at the bottom of the left navigation. From there, you can either search by the project's name or select from the list that opens. Just like with channels, I recommend joining only the public projects that are important to you so that you don't get notifications you don't care about. For example, my coworkers from the development team don't need to join the content writing timeline project because it is a marketing project. Can't find a project that suits your needs? You can create your own to get things done. Let's talk about how to create a new project. It is just as easy as creating a channel. Start off by making sure you're on the project box. Then, in the left navigation panel, click the plus symbol next to the word projects. Then create project. This will open a menu. Enter the project name, purpose, and set it to private if you wish to do so. Otherwise, it will remain a public project. Lastly, don't forget to invite your team members to join. Once you're done, click Confirm. Now that you know how to create a project, let's go over how to create a task card within a project. First, make sure that you are viewing the project where you would like to create a task card. I'm going to create a task in the Content Writing Timeline project, which is where we organize our blogging tasks. When I open this project, the first thing I can see is the backlog on the left. Backlog is a space for writing down tasks in a project before organizing or activating them. Any member that has joined this project can add task cards to it. To add a task card to the backlog, click the text field labeled Add a Card, and then type a title for the new task card. Let's name the task card Using Swit for Sales. Once you press Enter, the new task card will be created and added to the backlog. You can create a task card everywhere you see Add a Card simply by entering a title such as these other columns. We will discuss what you can do with the new task card later on, but for now, let's talk about the 5 different project display views in the project toolbar. A project display view is a way to organize the task cards of a project. The 5 project display views in the toolbar are Status View, Bucket View, Team View, Timeline View, and Calendar View. You can choose the layout that works best for you and your team and what you need. Each view uses the same task cards but puts them in different order depending on how you would like to view the project information. Let's first take a look at the Status View. Status View is perfect for being able to view the progress of your project. Each task is organized into different columns based on how close they are to competition. To do, doing, and done. Once a team member starts working on a new task from the to-do column, they should drag and drop the task card into doing. This makes it easy for everyone to stay on top of what needs to be done
and what has been completed. Also, when a task is moved to done, its card is blurred. Let's say that I have to finish the task about internal use of Swit at MSPs. I can drag it from the doing category and drop it into done, like so. Everyone who is following this task will be notified now that it has been completed. Now that we have a better understanding of the status view and what it entails, let's move on to the bucket view. In bucket view, you can group tasks according to whatever categorizations you need. You can also add color labels to your task and make them easier to recognize quickly. If you need to find a task card in your project, you can also choose a filter to narrow it down by task that you created, task a team member assigned to you, or task that you are following. In our marketing miscellaneous project, the buckets are untitled bucket, which is the default, survey, brand strategy, product marketing, and content marketing. We can easily pick up a task card and drag it to the bucket we want it to be in. We can also rename buckets or change their order by drag and drop at any time. Sometimes it gets hard to keep track of what tasks are assigned to whom. Team View is great for seeing who is assigned to each task. You can put tasks into backlog and then assign them to team members, or you can reassign one member task to another member. Each team member has their own column to neatly view their tasks. This also makes it easy to see project workload by team member. For example, in the content writing timeline, I could move a card from the backlog to any team member to assign them that task. I can move the last mover strategy task card to Adam's column to assign him to that task. If another member in the project wants to reassign the task, they can always do so by simply dragging the task from Adam's column to someone else's, and it will automatically switch. Sometimes looking at too many task cards at once can give a person a massive headache. There's just too much to look at, and you wish you could break down all that information a bit more visually. Well, this is the exact reason why Swit we have introduced the timeline view. It's absolutely perfect for seeing a project from a bird's eye view. Let's take a closer look at the timeline view and everything that can be done within it. Timeline is great for seeing your project long-term and adjusting due dates to each individual task by dragging it further out. If you wish to keep the block the same length but just move it entirely, click and hold it and drag it further in or further out, like so. On the left side of the timeline, you can directly click on each individual task. Once you do this, the timeline will jump directly to the start date of that task. Let's give it a try. You can also click on the timeline block and get more details about the task, like so. You see? With a single click, we can see every little detail about the task, even from timeline view. You can see who is assigned member to the task, the title of the task, the importance of the task, and much more. Now, if you decide to click on the task, you will be redirected to the task card itself. Let's give this a try. If you click on the X, located on the top right, you will be sent back to timeline. The timeline view is a secondary feature titled Workload. Workload shows you the task in a timeline as well, but this time the tasks are organized alphabetically by member. This makes it really easy to see who is doing what and how long they have to accomplish their task. You could also organize the task order by drag and drop here to make it easier to find the critical path for this project. Deadlines are important regardless of what team you are part of. Not only can you see everyone's task on the left, but also see if someone needs assistance. It would be easy for a manager to see that Noah has a lot of tasks to get done all around the same time. They could drag certain tasks to a different date, giving Noah more time to focus on her earlier tasks. Our timeline feature is great for all around and does way more than show you start dates and due dates for tasks. It is our most visual layout that shows your projects with a resource-based point of view, where at a glance you can see all your tasks and fellow team members. The next feature is one that everyone uses daily no matter who they are. Calendar allows you to view your work and tasks for each month. Not only will you be able to see your own work, but also everyone else's as well. Again, just like for timeline, on the calendar view, you can click on the different colored blocks and the task card will pop up with extra details. This will allow you to get a better look at the task while remaining on the calendar screen. Changing due dates is also simple. Just drag and drop the colored block where you see fit, and the data will automatically update within the task card as well. We couldn't have made it easier for you. You can also move a task card without a due date by drag and drop. The calendar feature is super helpful for our team to keep track of our designated projects and tasks. We can all clearly see the details of what each month brings our way and be able to change due dates on the fly with the handy drag and drop feature. Let's say the How Kanban Can Help You task had now been completed on the 6th of March. We would want to drag the block to a new assigned date, and it's complete. We are also aware that it can be difficult at times to understand what's happening in the project box with so many different task cards everywhere. We have made it possible for you to apply filters to each task view to simplify your search. Let's take the timeline view for example. As we can see, in the content writing timeline, there's a lot going on. And we understand that a user can get a little overwhelmed with the information. Here's what you can do to make things a little easier on yourself. Let's say that you wanted to only view the task that you are assigned to. To do this, go to My Filters and click on it. After, select Cards Assigned to Me, and there you have it. Only your task cards will be displayed and the rest have vanished. Now, you don't have to use just one filter at a time. You can use as many as you want. Let's say you want to see only your task cards with a green label. Keep the Cards Assigned to Me filter checked, and then go to click on the color label, and let's select the green color. Now both filters are applied and only show your task assigned to you and applied with the green color label. You can already see how much easier it became to read the timeline, and all you had to do is apply a few useful filters. Task cards are filled with a lot of information, and we will take you through all the little details for you to get a better understanding of what lies within a task card. Right now, we are looking at the Content Writing Timeline project in the project box. We are going to click on the $1 Million Release Event task card and look at the details. At the top of the task card, you will see what bucket the card lies within. Below that, we have the title for this task card. Each task needs a title so everyone knows what content belongs within that task card. Below the title, you are able to write a short description of the task card. This gives others who see the task card an idea of what you will be working on. Even further below that, we see a checklist. A checklist is also very helpful. Write down all the important steps that need to be taken in order to complete a task. Every time you complete a step, check it off. Easy. If you think an item on the checklist should be its own task, you can convert it to a task card here. Next, we have attachments. Here you can attach documents, videos, pictures, and more. This will ensure that you never lose track of your work. It will remain attached to this task card till you remove it personally. After that, we have the comment section. This is a place where your team can comment on your work, give feedbacks, etc. Now, if we move over to the right side of the task card, we see status, priority, due date, assigned member, followers, tags, and label color. Status lets you and everyone else know the progress of a task, whether the task is still in doing or done. Priority signifies the urgency level of how soon this task needs to be completed. You can choose from the lowest to the highest priority. Due dates are simple. You mark the day you start a task and assign the task an end date. This will ensure you keep track of your task and finish a project on time. Every task needs an assigned member, and whoever is assigned is responsible for completing a specific task. Followers refers to your fellow team members. If they wish to receive notifications about your task card, they can follow it and keep an eye on your progress. Tags and color labels are meant to act as visual cues in order to accurately find the specific task card. Tags are especially useful because they can quickly jog your memory regarding what topic a task pertains to. At Swit, we take full advantage of being able to design and modify the internal contents of a task card. Everyone in the team being able to collaborate and efficiently communicate via task cards really simplifies the entire process and makes for a better work environment.
I hope you learned a lot about using the project box today. Once you start using the project box, you will notice how easy it can be to stay on top of all your tasks. To learn more, check out the rest of our Piece of Cake video series or our website at swit.io. Thanks for watching!